They are, man. Defense is trash. I mean, Pickens has made a lot of difference, man. He made a big difference. How you doing, Exile? Or Exile? How you doing, man? Nah, I'm just, I've been just back here, man, just cleaning up my backyard, man. Uh, Organizing it, picking up the trash or picking up the leaves. Uh, just had a, just, how you doing, V? Yeah, he is, man. George Pickens, he's a game changer. He's pretty good, man. You know, I was just back here, man, just cleaning up my backyard, man. Fixing up the mess and picking up the leaves and picking up the trash. Probably cut my dog's hair right now, man. I got them Yorkie dogs. They grow hair, man, and my dog won't let no. My dog's banned from the what's it called, the dog salon or the dog groomer. Every time I take him somewhere, man, he does the alligator on him. All right, he'll fucking break his neck, man. It seems like he'll break his neck before he'll let anybody cut his hair. Yeah, it's a pretty good day, man. It's not too hot. It's not really too hot. Well, it's always hot here, man, but it got a little breeze, man, so it feels good, man. I mean, uh, I've been kind of neglecting my backyard for a minute, man. I didn't know, man. I didn't know, like, man. I didn't know that on certain phones you can do screen recording and you can do videos just off the phone. I didn't know that, man. So I'm gonna probably start doing like there's a lot of stuff, man, that I be finding on internet, and I be want to read and talk about it, but it's kind of difficult. You don't feel like going over to the computer and doing all that. But I didn't know you can screen record off a phone, man. I just barely found that out when I did the Speedy Gonzalez little short. And I didn't know you can screen short with the phone, but my phone only lets me screen record with the mic. But I don't got a good phone, man. I got like a Samsung Galaxy. I can't remember what it is, but it ain't one of the new ones. But I'm pretty sure that one of the new ones lets you screen record as well as the mic and camera, so almost like a double video. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, man. But sometimes I just don't feel like going to the computer and logging in and putting on the headset. It's better just to do it off a phone, man. So I don't. What's going, Jaheed World? What's going on, man? I just didn't want to. You know, pastors, deacons, I'm just waiting for the game to start off, man. The Brewers and the Mariners. Trying to go practice some baseball right now. Ain't too much going on, man. I don't know, man. I gotta. What's going on, RG6? Man, I'm just out here just thinking about a few things, man. So that's why I'm kind of quiet, man. Just thinking about a few things I got going on, man, and how I want to go about it. But I'm here, man. I'm just, you know, leave that alone, bro. Oh man, how to skin this cat we call Mark Moore, man. Like I said, man, pressure bust pipes, man. Right? Pressure be busting pipes. I was on the verge of getting Brad Lucas to do some kind of statement, right, regarding Mark Moore. I was on the verge of getting Brad Lucas to give me a statement, right? But they interfered. They went over there, slandered my name with the mayor. So I can't per se, you know, bother the mayor. You know, I don't want to bother him personally. But it's look, you see that thumbnail, right? It says that thumbnail, dead candidate mayor elected for Jackson Cap mayor. That's just a little, I mean, I'm pretty sure the more you dig into that town, I'm pretty sure, man, there'll be all kinds of dark secrets. All right. According to the documentary, that town is known for having dark secrets. And then they show the Confederate flag when they say dark secrets. When I see a Confederate flag and I hear dark secrets, the first thing that comes to my mind is racism in a small town. How you doing, Tejas? So as the mayor being a public servant, even worked for the Tallapoosa Police Department, he should be a servant for the people. But I also understand that the mayor was fed lies and slander and on what my purpose and what my true intentions of reaching out to him were from the beginning. I reached out to him instead of going directly to Brad. Right? Don't want to, because Brad, he's been like avoiding, right? Like he doesn't want to accept that or acknowledge that I've reached out to him. Right? So he's kind of like avoiding it. But I was able to, you know, reach him through his cousin, the mayor. And the time the mayor told me, he goes, look, Brad will reach out to you when he's ready. When Brad is ready, he will reach out to you. Give him time. And that's what I had did, man. I had given him time. Everybody's pressuring me. Where's he at? Where's he at? Well, I'm not the victim, man. All I could do was give the victim time, right? But once the piece of shit contacted the mayor and told him all this story of me exploiting the victims, trying to make money off the victims, which my intentions were never that, man. I consider myself like that Nicolas Cage 10mm movie. Is the snuff video real or not? That's the way I see it, man. I seen a documentary, and I went down a rabbit hole to find, you know, characters that were in it, to, you know, were the victims real or not? And apparently, the victims are real. Right? And this is based off of Mark when he's on his front patio with his little plastic jacket on and his hat, and he got that little cancer stick hanging out his lip, and he's trying to portray that documentary was other than real. I've done everything I could to breathe. What's going on, Hunter Brown? I'm just acknowledging you, but I'm not acknowledging the hello illegal immigrant, because I'm not an illegal immigrant, man. I have the same rights as you do, buddy, old pal. I know it bothers you. It probably gives you the bubble guts. Probably gives you heartburn, indigestion. But at the end of the day, man, I get to sit up front with you. I get to sit up front, right? I get to use the same restrooms as you. I get to visit the fine establishments as you do. So I know it bothers you, man. All right. I know it bothers you. But what can I say, man? I have the same rights as you. All right. I don't understand why people feel like calling me an immigrant is an insult, man. It's not an insult to me, man, because first I was born and raised here in Dallas, Texas, man. Right. So the title of illegal immigrant doesn't fit me. You can't label me that. You can label me a thief. You can label me a junkie, a dope fiend. That's, you know, facts, right? To a certain extent, right? I can't get mad that you formulated your opinion off of that. But an illegal immigrant, you know, you can't label me that either, buddy, old pal. Oh, man, Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown, he's been on my lives a couple of times, telling me to go back home and this and that, and I'm like, well, I'm home, man. I am home. Oh, I forgot he's Irish. I think he's Irish. He's Irish descent. St. Patty's Day, if I remember. I think if I had the conversation with Mr. Hunter Brown, I think he's a Irish descent. Oh, you probably are, man. Fuck, I'm a disabled person. So I give you that win. Yeah, you probably are physically healthier. Unless, you know, if you have any medical condition, maybe you can get into a wheelchair. I get in the wheelchair and maybe we can make it even, right? But until then, if you're not a disabled person, then I would agree with you, man. You are stronger than me. All right? And that's just the truth, man. Like, what am I gonna say here and say I can bench press 250 and we're gonna out bench press each other for you can call me a beast? You see, Mark Moore, man. Mark Moore. When I found out Brad Lucas, I told the mayor, I'm gonna give him time. You know, I'm not asking for a documentary. I'm not asking for an hour, 2 hour interview. Man, for me, all he has to say is yes, no, leave me alone. Man, that's sufficient for me. That is sufficient for me. I'm not gonna sit there and interrogate you and ask you questions that I already know, right? The answers to. Why? Because Mark Moore already said what he said he did to you. Simple yes or no, man. And I was gonna get that simple yes or no based off the mayor's reaction that he's like, look, he's gonna reach out to you, man. Just give him time. Right? Give him time. So I gave him time, man, like to work. I get it, man. People were probably like, say, man, this guy's lying. He ain't found Brad Lucas. But all along, he was just asking for time to be given to him, man. Just, hey, give me time, man. Let me know when I'm ready. I'll reach out to you. All right. If this is what you're doing it for, when I explained to the mayor what I was doing it for, not for monetary gain or clicks and views. No, man, I wasn't doing it for that. I wasn't doing it for that, man. I was doing it for the victims. All right. Like I said it before, man. I had a little cousin that went to juvenile, man. Right. He went to juvenile for sticking to, you know, he life flighted his older brother, man. Right. He was maybe, I think 11. The older brother was like maybe 12, 13. But this is back then when Nintendo 64s were out, right? And the brothers, well, the bigger brother was, you know, twice the size of the smaller one. Right, so I guess you would consider it, since they were brothers, you know, it ain't really bullying, it's brotherly love, or, you know, big brother, little brother, you know, but to an extent, it's bullying, right? I mean, and finally he finally had enough, man. So what he did, he went to the kitchen, got the biggest fucking kitchen thing he could get, and stuck it in the back, man. Right? Care flighted out his older brother, you know, a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, you know, it would have hit a major organ. So, you know, luckily he made it through, right? He made it through. He ended up in a juvenile corrections facility, right? Because at the end of the day, man, you know, they took it as like the severity of the wound, the weapon, and the way, you know, my older cousin could have lost his life, right, at the hands of his little brother. They didn't take into the consideration that maybe bullying, because bullying back in the days, you know, it wasn't bullying, man. It was just, it is what it is, right? But in reality, that's what it was now, right? Bullying. But that word wasn't really used that like how it is now, like cyberbullying. So he got sentenced, and they sent him to the Youth Authority, TYC, the Texas Youth Commission, right? And you know, to me, I would always say, man, the times that I've spent in prison to the times that I spent in juvenile, to me, juvenile was always worse, man. It was always fighting, man. All right. It was no kind of respect, no morals, no values. It was basically like you know, children of the fucking corn, right? Or the Lord of the Flies. You know, that's how it was for me in juvenile. Right. So I know that when he went to juvenile, you know, he wasn't a street kid, man. He was a gamer, you know. He wasn't meant for that environment, man. So when you put a prey in a predator's environment, you hope that prey can survive. But you know, 9 out of 10 times, man, that as he came out, man, he came out worse than what he did coming out, man. I mean, psychologically, right? He came out like a broken man, a broken kid, right? And you can see it in his eyes, you know, the way he carried himself. It wasn't mental health. It was more of fucking like a broken kid, man. And The dude could never get over it, man. Right? And it's sad to say, man. I don't know. I don't know if it really was an accident or he did it intentionally, man. But he had one of them real sensitive trigger revolvers, man. Right? He was working even out of that, he had himself a job, man, where he was working at as a convenience store, night shift, man. And he was starting to talk to a girl there. The girl was having relationships problems, so he felt like he needed to get himself a weapon, right? That was his excuse. Hey, I'm talking to this girl, so everybody's like, oh man, go ahead, man. Get you a weapon, you do what you got to do, man. Because you got to remember, man, that once as a juvenile, whatever you do, it gets sealed, man. And as long as you do what you got to do. So he was able to, get his weapon. And on Thanksgiving, it's tradition. We Mexicans come to holidays, either moms or aunts, somebody's making tamales, man. It's just a tradition, right? And my aunt was downstairs, making tamales, and she heard a thump, right? So when she went up to the thump, man, the room's dark. She's like, what's dark? And she said she tripped over him. Right, so it's like, man, I can see the effects of what people go through, man. I can say most of my actions that I've done haven't really affected anybody other than myself, man. All right, because I wasn't out there robbing people. I wasn't out there shooting people. I wasn't doing. I don't have victims, man. Right. I can't say, that's why most of my scars are mental scars, man, right? Emotional, man. I see no different than when a soldier goes to war, man, right? When a soldier goes to war and he's over there in Afghanistan, fighting in these urban cities, urban jungles, and you see stuff, and your life's put at you hear bullets whizzing by you, going through you, not hitting you, but you know, hey man, if them bullets would have hit me, I would have probably been dead, or at least wounded. So it plays a trauma, man, right? That's why some of these guys that come back from war, they're not actually the same no more, man. They got what's they call that eye, that look in their eye, right? They started noticing when them dudes from Vietnam started coming. All right. And until, I don't know when they started labeling it PTSD. All right. But PTSD, man, happens to everybody, man. All it takes is for one or a few traumatic events to happen in your life for you to be traumatized. Like I said, man, I see my first body like around 7, right, in the 80s. And that wasn't the only one, right? It was, so it's like, it's traumatizing, man. Right? It's PTSD, man. But I can say that most of it is self-inflicted to myself. I didn't self-inflict it to somebody else, right? Like Mark Moore, he actually self-inflicted himself, man. Because at the end of the day, he has to live with himself, with doing all that heinous and horrific shit that he was doing. At the end of the day, he has to look at himself in the mirror, right? So not only are you scarring yourself, you're scarring Brad, the victims. Right? Not only are you scarring the victims, now you're scarring the Crystal Mendenhall, right? The family members. So it's a trail of tears and demise and destruction at the hands of Mark Moore. There they go, man. One of the docs, right? Ooh, I'm scared. I'm scared. You see the cowardness they play, man. But look, I lose no sleep over it, man. Y'all cowards been on my address about a year, 2 years, and y'all ain't bust a grape? Come on, man. Come on, right? Like the doxing, that's childish play, man. Right? Like I'm supposed to get mad and angry and I just blocked you, bro. Right? People, look it up, man. It's public information. Right? It's public information. It's like, do you know where Trump lives at? Do you know where Trump lives at? He lives at the White House, right? Now it's up to you if you stupid enough to go up to the White House. So I lose no sleep over it, man. Right? I lose no sleep. Right? I haven't lost sleep about it since the first time y'all did it. Right? But let's get back to the topic about Mark Moore. Right? Like I said before I got interrupted. Mark has left a trail of blood, tears, destruction. His actions not only scarred himself for the rest of his life, but his victims, the family members of the victims. Right? And people can dox me all they want, man. All they want. You know who got my back at the end of the day? The man upstairs. Right? He's kept me alive from a lot. From very dangerous people, worse than y'all guys. Right? He's kept me alive. So what do you think God's gonna do, man? I'm not doing nothing evil. I'm not breaking any of the 10 commandments. If anything, I'm speaking up for the weak and the people that have no voice. So in a way, if you want to call me a sacrificial lamb for then so be it, man. I don't lose no sleep, right? I don't lose no sleep. I'm gonna still continue to speak the truth about Mark Moore. The other piece of shit, I got him in court. Right? Once I win that case, we're going off to Google and YouTube. Cyberbullying. But we'll speak about that more when we get there. When we cross that bridge and we get to the other side, then we can discuss more about it. But for now, we can talk about Mark Moore, right? On how I'm going to apply pressure on getting justice for the victims. At least getting a statement from Brad Lucas. Texas. You see the cowards, man? Just doxing, right? That's my home address, right? I'm not worried about it, man, right? The cops, Google the search, see how far the police department is from my house. It's 2 lights down, man. All right, there's cops. Try your luck. Try your luck to see if you make it out of Grand Prairie, man. Try your luck. If you feel froggy, jump. All right? And at the end of the day, God got my back, man. I'm not worried about Mark, man. All right? I want to hear a statement from Brad Lucas. Right? Like I said, I'm not the one that can press charges on Mark. I'm not a victim. Right? All I'm concerned is about getting a statement from Brad Lucas. That's it. A yes or a no. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Right? And as a person that's been sacrificed, crucified, I feel I'm owed that. Right? If people are so scared that they have to dox me for me getting to the bottom of the truth, that tells me that I'm on the right path, right? I'm not worried about it, man. Like I said, here in Texas, we have the Texas law. It's called the Castle Law, right? Where an ex-felon can have a gun in his home. Under federal law, it's prohibited, right? We all know federal law trumps state. But based on how you're handling that weapon, am I out there on the streets driving around with it? No. Will I use it if somebody comes to my house? Most definitely. Am I allowed to? Oh, most definitely. Here in Texas, we're allowed. So it's not like I got a slingshot here, right? So come on, man. But that tells me by people doxing me, tells me I'm on the right path, man. You see, there's YouTube. There's a lot of people on YouTube that have a lot of dark secrets, man. Right? I seen people put bounties on people, wanting to know who people are. Right? There's a lot of people that like stirring shit up on YouTube. Right? Don't forget, man. Right? I'm enjoying the show too, cause it's like, you got cowards, man, doxing. It's like, if that's like, what is that supposed to do, man? Well, you know what? They can order the 50 pieces, man. Somebody's gonna have to pay for that, right? They can do all they want, right? They can squat. They can do everything they want, man, right? It's not like I'm a criminal hiding anything, right? The cops park outside of my house every day, man. So it's like, I'm not worried about these characters knowing my address, man, or what they're gonna do, what the possibilities of what they can and can't do. I cross that bridge when I get there, right? I'm not gonna be worrying about it. I sure as hell ain't gonna lose no sleep about it, and I sure as hell ain't gonna get worked up about it, right? But what I do get worked up about is false statements. False statements that you defame my character, right? Even through doxing on any kind of platform is federally wrong, right? At least you're speaking facts, right? At least you can see that my home is not like your home, a piece of shit, right? Not like your home. You see my windows actually have blinds on them. And out of that, they're matching blinds. All right? Not no motherfucking comforter or bread or pissed on bed sheet as a motherfucking curtain. That's be mad about that. Be mad about some shit like that, right? You posted my house like if I'm supposed to be ashamed of my house or something. I'm proud of my shit, bro. This thief, this junkie has come very far, right? I can applaud and I can give credit to myself, right? Maybe you don't, but I do, man. Because you can say this old thief junkie has done good for himself, right? Not like you're borderline, trap infested. Your neighbors are rats, literally fucking rats and possums. Your neighbors are literally rats, possums, and squirrels living in that fucking left door to you. Your left side neighbor, well, not neighbor, I would call them neighbors, because I'm pretty sure they're fucking rat infested. All right. My property goes up in value every year, man. I fix it up. All right. Thank you for showing it, man. Thank you. Maybe somebody on YouTube would be interested and be like, hey man, how much are you asking? How much are you asking? All right. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. So if you're trying to get like a negative reaction from doxing, it don't bother me, man. It tells me that I'm on the right path, and I'm gonna go twice as harder. Everything that I can do legally without breaking any laws, either criminal or civil, I will start be doing that. I would start doing that. All right. Nah, man. Homes in Texas compared to Detroit are a lot. All right. You're talking about $80,000 to a $240,000 home, right? That's and my house is what you would consider his house over here. My shit's not the biggest, it's not the nicest, it's not the prettiest, right? But that's what it's valued at, right? I would rather take 240 on real estate than 80,000, right? 60,000. The bank wouldn't even give him. If I was a bank, I wouldn't even give him 40. All right. I'm proud of my house, man. So if people are proud of me having my house and they want to dox me, like it's gonna intimidate me, and we've already been through this already, man. All right. It's not like this is the first time these characters have doxed me. All right. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last. Difference with me is I'm not a coward. I'm not just going to get up and leave, right? I still got friends, right? I'm not worried about it, right? I still got friends in the inside, and I still got friends on the outside. So it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. All right? It doesn't matter. What matters is that once we get a true statement from Brad Lucas, then I will leave this saga alone. Until then, strap on your crash dummy helmet. We going to the motherfucking, hey, either y'all take me out or my medical condition take me out. Y'all start putting the beds, start picking the odds. Cause like I said, man, I'm ready to meet my maker. I already got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, bro. I've already done made up that mind, right? So it's up to you. If you feel like you are John Wick and you can get away with it, well then test your luck, man. Right? Because here in Texas, you're looking at 85, 45, 75 life. Depending on what it was, cyberbullying or crossing state lines, oh man, forget about it. Right? Forget about it. Right? Just forget about it. Right? If you want to sacrifice me for speaking the truth about Mr. Mark Moore and Dante Lamar Bell, the truth. See, they get mad when I speak the truth. I get mad when they speak defamation, slander, lies, false statements, right? I don't get mad at the truth. I don't get mad at the truth. I don't get mad at the truth, man. The truth doesn't hurt me. I might not like the truth, but it doesn't hurt me, man, because I've came and grown, and I've been able to hold my own self accountable before the next man does, right? And that's something that Mr. Mark Moore, at the age of 50 years old, claiming a blood Paru Damu, still cracking them boys' cheeks. People rather go and try to defame my character, dox me, when all I'm doing is speaking the truth on what he said he did, right? And then we verified off through Jonathan Schwartz that the documentary was real. So now, you take everything and you put it together. I guess there must be a booty bandy Avenger out there that's gonna come and take me out for speaking against the booty bandits. Well, then you know what, man? God already got my back, man. Right? Because if you're going to come and take my soul to avenge a booty bandit, I don't know where you're going, but I know you ain't going up there with me. I know you ain't going up there with me. I know I ain't seeing you up there. Right? See, I know there's an afterlife, man. Right? I died, man. They had to bring me back to life. Right? And during that time, I didn't see no pearly gates, man. All I seen was that my soul was going to be a wandering soul on this fucking earth. Right? So that's when I realized, man, hey, there must be something truth to this religion. Which one it is, I don't know. Right? I experienced it. That's the thing. People don't understand until they experience it themselves. Right? When your mom tells you, don't touch the stove, man, you're going to burn yourself. And as a little kid, you still go over there because that bright light, red flaming, catches your interest. You go over there and you burn yourself, right? Until you experience it yourself, man. Right? And that's how people say, out-of-body experiences, other worlds, well, yeah, until you experience it, and then you can make up your own mind, your own conclusion after that. But until then, hey, for each their own. Right? So, if you want to risk your freedom, because I guarantee you come to Grand Prairie and try to do any kind of destruction, you're not going to be able to get out of here, man. By the time you get out, you think you're out of here, you're caught. You're on a highway speed chase. All right? I got cameras all over this bitch. All right? So it's not like you're going to be able to walk up to me all in black and take me out. All right? By the time you let off a few, you pulled over around the corner. All right? So I ain't worried about it, man. All right? I'm not worried about it. All right? Because if at the end of the day you want to be with more boys, you want to be here in Texas, but see, down here in Texas, booty bandits are not respected. They're not embraced. They poke holes up in them. Right? So, if you're a booty bandit Avenger and you want to come take my soul, and the odds, I'm going to tell you like this, man. Most likely you're not going to get away with it. Right? You're going to spend the rest of your life in a Texas hellhole. So, play at your own risk, man. It's like the lottery ticket. Play at your own risk. I don't lose no sleep over screen names, trolls. Like I said, I feel pain, and Mr. Detroit's gonna feel pain, right? It's that simple, right? It's that simple. I feel pain, Mr. Detroit, American Pond, is gonna feel pain. And that's just the way it goes, right? He's gonna pay the piper, as you would say. Just like for all the defamation of character that everybody said, he's paying for it, right? Because that's why he's getting named in this civil suit, right? people can dox me all they want, man. It's nothing. It's not like I'm a secret CIA agent working Donnie Brasco type of shit. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm an informant or a snitch or somebody that has a target on my back in my own city. Nah, man. I don't have a target in nowhere in my city. Right? Nobody wants to take me out in my own city. Right? So all my threats are coming off social media. Right? I don't have no enemies, right? So I don't care, man. You see, there's a lot of people behind the scenes, right? They got the habit of doing pages, right? And they put people's addresses up there, and they put private information up there on these other channels, on these channels that most of the time, man, they some of the channels that they steal, they hacking from channels, right? There's so much shit that goes on that it's gonna be put a stop to it, man. Right? It's I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but I already know what's going on. Right? It's like all those chats that you see from Flacco, Dubs. I see you in the chats. I see you in the comments sometimes, V. You know the videos that you know that you go watch, where they talk about everybody on YouTube. They talk about everybody, right? And they go make a page about this person, and they put that person's address up there, and then they put whatever they want to put up there, right? Yeah. It's the saying. Sometimes you might think it's one person, but in reality it's another person, right? But you see, if I get into that game, I guarantee you people's lives will be lost, right? This booty bandit, I don't lose no sleep over the booty bandit, right? But if I insert myself into, most likely the person, he knows what I'm talking about, right? He knows what I'm talking about. I'm not going to put a name, but 9 out of 10 times, he knows what I'm talking about, right? No, I don't rock with Dubs either. But this is what I'm telling you, V. There's there's a lot of channels that get created by people that are cowards, right? Because if you're willing to put the address of people on random and anonymous random YouTube channels, why not show it your face? Why are you asking other people to do your dirty work? Why not have the balls and say, man, fuck you, I'm gonna pull up, right? I'm gonna pull up. Instead of asking other people to do your dirty job, right? Don't post people's addresses on random anonymous and asking other people to do your work. If you're so big and bad and bold, stop trolling and just pop up, right? Because if I know an addy and you're a target, best believe I'm not going to tell you, right? But that's what all this YouTube is. A bunch of woofing, right? A bunch of woofing, right? Yes. There is some killers on YouTube. But there's killers everywhere, right? I know a few, right? So it's not like people like to steer up. Yeah, this is the thing. Texas, I be seeing you sometimes on on some of them videos too, right? On some of them channels, which is called troll channels, right? It's videos of people making a fool out of themselves, right? Or clipping it and remixing it to make it spin their own narrative on of what they want, right? So people create these pages. They put people's information out there, and it's like a bitch move, right? It's that to me, it's a coward bitch move, right? Because if you want to post people's addresses out there, keep the address to yourself and pull up, right? But no, they do what a bitch, a coward would do, is make anonymous, random videos. If some of these channels, they get hacked, right? They get hacked. And it's 9 out of 10 times, it's the same individuals, right? They play all different sides. They get into you to befriend you. They start sending you information on your opposition. They start sending you links. You start clicking on them links and you're fucked, right? Man, come on, man. It's a manipulative, treacherous world, man. Once you really get down to it, the nitty gritty, and you be like, man, this is all fucking smoke and mirrors, right? I work off patterns, man, right? I knew eventually somebody was gonna be doing a page. I lose no sleep over it, man, right? Going in the same way, but like I said, I don't mind it, man. Like my buddy, like my buddy, Robert Delgado says, any news is good news. Controversial, bring it on, right? Any news is good news, right? Either way your name gets out there, fuck it, right? It gets out there. You gotta own it and not run from it, right? That's all you gotta do. They can put my address out there on as many random, anonymous channels. I'm not even gonna be bothering of striking them or it don't bother me, man, right? Because what you're doing, yes, you're breaking the law. Do I lose sleep over it? Not really, right? Because anybody with the computer and the common sense can just find where anybody lives. It's not that complicated, right? So it's not like I've been trying to work under the radar. I got VPN. No, man. So, but I know I see patterns, man. It's so bad that I see people trying to offer bounties and shit on people, man. Wanting to know who's who, you know, this and that, and because when somebody gets too much information about everybody, I worry about stuff like that. You know, when somebody's quick to tell you about everybody else, because they're waiting for you to tell them about yourself, right? Man, this YouTube shit is manipulative. If you can't read, if you can't play chess and anticipate the moves or the plays that these characters will try to, man, the way I live my life is that if you can think about it, if you personally can think about it, man, somebody else already done thought about it. All right, so that's the way I live my life, man. I don't let nothing pass me. I don't, what ifs, possibilities, they're all the same to me. right? I'm not the type of guy that say, oh, that ain't never gonna happen. Nah, man, I'll run through every fucking scenario in my mind, right? Through every scenario, I play it, right? I'm not the type of guy that says, oh, nah, that ain't gonna happen. Nah, that ain't possible. To me, everything is fucking possible, right? I come from a treacherous world, man, right? Where people were really playing with their lives and freedom, right? Not just hiding behind an account and trolling, right? It's like if you have that big of a boss to put people's addresses out there, show your face, man. Be like, man, I don't like you. Fuck you. I'm gonna pull up to you. I'm gonna pull up to your city, and I'm gonna go to your house. Well, come, right? Come, right? If you feel so disrespected on what I'm doing for speaking up on the victims, right? Because that's all I'm doing. I'm not speaking on no gangs. I'm not speaking on no prison politics, right? I'm intrigued by the prison politics, so that's why I want to interview people like Robert Delgado, people that know the history, right? Because like I said, I didn't do too much time in prison, right? So for me to know the actual history and for me to actually sit there on camera and try to speak the history of Texas, that'll be blasphemy, right? So that's why I reached out to certain dudes that were heavy hitters, right? And some are still heavy hitters, inside and outside. Some are in the feds. I don't speak on nothing I don't speak of, right? So I don't have anybody that wants to be argumentative. What do they want to be argumentative with me about? What do you want to argue with me about? About Mark Moore? Or about what? Right? Because if there's anything about my criminal background, I've already amended or fixed up with anything that's been, right? It didn't affect you, right? I have no victims, right? I have no transcripts of any kind of sexual deviancies. So the hate that people have for me, for doxing me, they should have the same hate for a sexual deviant predator like Mark Moore, right? But not once have I seen Mark Moore's address get doxed, right? Nobody doxes him, right? Nobody doxes Mark Moore. I wonder that, right? But they want to dox the one that speaks the truth, right? They want to silence the truth, right? But at the same time, they want to glorify the sexual deviancy of one man, right? Look how I feel, man. I feel like 50 Cent. Many men, want to see me, that's how I feel right now, right? I feel like so many people hate me for speaking the truth. I'm not slandering or defaming anybody's character. I'm speaking the truth, and people hate the truth, right? And I'm the opposite, man. I respect and I love the truth. I don't get mad at the truth. I don't hide from the truth. I don't do so. But of doxing, making pages about me, go ahead, man. All right. Go ahead. All right. It doesn't. I'm not gonna how can you say I'm not gonna lose my marbles, man. Right? I got the fair coming up, man. I don't know, man. Right. I still do me. Regardless on how you feel, dox me, hate me, I must be doing something right. Right? Because if you want to doxing makes you feel good and better, and then so be it, man. Like at the end of the day, uh, like I said, I haven't fully committed myself to the Lord Jesus Christ up there, right? I was baptized when I was maybe 9, 10. So I grew up in a Christian environment, right? I grew up knowing the Word of God, right? But I went against it, right? I wanted to be on the streets, so I kind of backed away, man, from God. I never asked, even all the times that I was on the streets, not once did I ask God to look out for me, man. I did it. Because how can I ask God to look out for me when I'm out here causing destruction and causing havoc and ruckus, right? How can I ask God to look out for me when I'm doing something I'm not supposed to, right? So in a way, I kind of lost my way with God, right? I lost my communication with him, right? And that was more of my way of distancing myself from him, from my evil ways, right? If I was doing wrong, I wasn't going to go pray to God and say, hey, God, I'm about to go flip this. I'm about to go do this. Keep me from jail. Don't let me get hit. No, man, I couldn't. I couldn't ask God, man. Right? So now, the closer that I get to meeting him, you know, I welcome him. Right? I want that communication back with him. So, if he kept me alive without no kind of communication when I was doing wrong, man, I know he'll keep me alive for as long as he wants for me to be alive. It's not on nobody's time. It's not my time. It's not on your time. We all know our books are written already, man. We all know that. It's just time. We don't know when it's going to come. Only the man that read it. Only he knows. So the older I get and the more I'm able to accept my wrongs and hold myself accountable, the easier it is for me to leave it in his hands, right? It's easier for me to leave it in his hands. Say, look, guy, I'm not gonna go and go and become the animal that I used to be for these guys, right? If they want to cause me harm, well, then all you have to do is shield me like you have so many years, like you've done all my life. Now, if you don't want me and you want me to go up there and meet you already, well then don't intervene. Put it in their soul, right? To take me out. It's all on his time, man. So if people feel that I fear man, I lost fear for man a long time ago, bro. Right? Once I realized what I'm capable of doing with my own hands and seeing the destruction, I lost fear for man a long time ago. Right? So, people can dox. If you want to sacrifice me for the victims, then so be it, man. I'll be a martyr, right? I'll be a martyr for all the victims of Mark Moore, Gary Gaskins, and other characters of Mark Moore, right? Of the status of Mark Moore. The equivalent status, right? The equals of Mark Moore. Right? See, they can flood the comments, man. When they flood the comments like that, I realize that's the demon, man. All right? Because the demons don't like when people speak God's word, right? And when those words are being spoken from the bottom of that person's heart, it rings in them demons' ears, man. All right? So they have no choice but to start spitting venom, hate, racism, division. Everybody has been arrested. Right? Everybody, man. Mark Moore has been arrested for shooting somebody. Right? And you know what? I've never shot nobody. How you like them apples? I've never stabbed anybody. How you like them apples? Right? How do you like them apples? Have I smashed a beer over somebody's head? Yes. Have I shot somebody? No. Have I stabbed? No. Have I tried? Yes. Do I have victims? No. Right? So, as much as you want to portray me like I'm this bad character, my story is so cliche, man. If you put 10 guys my age from the inner city, I guarantee you 67 have criminal records. Right? It's just the way it is, man. My story is no different than many others. Right? My story is no different. Right? Some have committed worse crimes than others. Right? I have never shot nobody. Right? Nobody has any wounds based off of my actions. Right? So people can portray me any kind of way they want, right? I'm not a killer. I've never shot nobody. I've never stabbed nobody. So a lot of people. So if you want to convict me for being arrested for theft under $150 for stealing from Walmart, and then you want to embrace a character like Mark Moore that went to prison for shooting somebody. All right, went to prison for shooting somebody. All right, and during that time, he continued to victimize in prison in the most horrific, horrendous way there is you can imagine. Right, the poor guy was defecating all over himself. Right, that to me is wild, and I don't know how people can be. If you want to call me a thief and a junkie, so be it, right? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't, I lose no sleep over it, right? I lose no sleep over it, right? Hey, I don't know, man. To the average person, the educated person, you can tell I didn't graduate high school, right? But at the same time, I'm not the dullest knife. I might not be the sharpest knife, right? But I'm still a knife that you would still choose before you choose the dull one or the knife one, right? I'm the one. I'm the daily use one, right? I'm not the brightest, and I'm not the dullest, right? I'm the average carrier, right? What you would call me an average man. Right? I'm not superior. I'm not lesser than you. But at the end of the day, I can see where the truth hurts people, man. Right? Like I said, people might not like the truth, but the truth is the truth. Right? Mark Moore has victims. All right. And once we get the definition of what Brad Lucas went through, then you can say I can step away from it. All right. Once we hear and get a clarified statement from Brad, a yes, a no, man, it's either as simple as sending me as an emoji, thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, like the Roman emperor, thumbs up, thumbs down. Give it a down, give it a up. All right, is it a go or is it a stop? All right, I'll stop once I feel I need to stop. Right? Did Mark stop? Did Mark stop? Right? Did Mark stop? Nah, Mark went in for seconds. All right, Mark didn't stop. His guilt, the guilt, right? What did he say? I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I was out of control. I was so out of control that I let this poor victim defecate all over me, man. You know, I be hearing some people be like, you know, I be watching these documentaries, and you know, when it's a gruesome, and you know, they're like, man, you know, dude had, you know, splatter over here, he had it on his face, you know, you know, just like in the movies, man. You know, when you see a movies and all that matter gets splattered on somebody's face, they're going hilarious, they're going out of it, man. But Mark went, wow, man, it's like that fucking aroma aroused the bestiality in him. He went fucking in deeper in seconds, and like I don't get it. I don't get the thinking of people of people trying to criticize me for being an average person, man. Because like I said, I don't have no victims, right? I've never shot, stabbed. I don't have victims, right? But doesn't mean that I haven't seen the effects, right? By my hands, no, my hands are clean, right? My hands are clean. But I've seen the effects and what happens, man, right? When people play with their lives and people play with their freedom, the cost in normal society is called the cost of doing business, right? So the same thing, man. The street got his own cost of doing business, right? And sometimes the cost of doing business is you end up in prison for life, or you end up 6 feet deep, or you end up in a psychotic ward, right? So, man, it has many outlets, right, where you can end up, right? I was always told this, man, when I was younger, right? And you have to experience it, right? So, I'll be back, man. Y'all go over there and support them people, man, that are doxing me, man. You know, so now y'all can get to see the reality of who was doxing who, right? Now, oh, you're doxing me, man. I don't dox, man. I don't play cowardly like that, right? If I know your address, I'm keeping it in my pocket so when I need it, right? Not to outlet. That means you're not doing shit, right? The loudest motherfucker in the room is always the softest one, right? So by you people creating pages and putting people's addresses out there and asking crash dummies to do their work for them, two people are at fault. First, the crash dummy is even stupider for even listening to the fucking dude that's telling him to do stuff, right? Because follower, leader mentality, I've never been a follower a day in my life. Never. And I'm going to continue to raise a leader, man. Right? A real contributing society member, somebody that graduates, goes to prom, you know, does the whole works, man. Right? I think I've done enough dirt that they should get a pass. Right? Like I said, I don't have victims. I've never shot nobody. That's not to say that I've never tried to, right? Believe me, I've tried to, but you know, I'm not an Ames man, right? I'm not a marksman. I'm not a fucking, right? And then when you're shooting intoxicated and full of bars and Xanax, you're not gonna hit anybody, right? So maybe my intentions were probably not even to hit nobody, right? Maybe I'm not a killer in me, right? Maybe I'm not a killer, right? But you know, like Tupac said, I ain't a killer, but don't push me, right? I seen the effects of it, man, right? Not by my hands, right? So people can hate me for all they want, man. If they want to call me a thief and a junkie, but it's rightfully so, man. That's your opinion, right? Anything else that you cannot prove or I've been convicted of, and you can only allege and assume and make your own, it doesn't hold, right? That becomes defamation of character, and that's what I'm going through with this dude, right? So people can dox, put the address out there. It don't matter, man, right? It don't matter, right? So y'all have a good one, man. I probably tomorrow after my therapy, do a live. So they can get more mad, man. Right? And tomorrow, I have a call scheduled with somebody from Jackson Cap, Alabama. Somebody that, you know, in these small towns, Christianity and religion goes a long way, right? And if you're a mayor, any kind of council, they go and listen to the word of God, right? Especially in these small towns, right? As these small town preachers, small town pastors come and visit the congregation, especially the people of public status. So, like I said, there is more than one way to skin a Mark Moore cat. Right? And with God has the last word in it, man. God separated an ocean. God can stop assassins. God can heal you from your disease if you believe, right? Doesn't it say that as long as you have the size of a mustard seed, faith, that's all it takes. It's all it takes, right? And in small towns, religion, like I said, God soldier, you see, pressure busts pipes or builds a diamond. Me, man, I'm just a little bit of rough on the edges. I need a little bit of polishing up, a little bit of schooling from somebody more educated than myself. But I'm not a pipe that's about to burst. I've never bursted. Maybe I had a leak, but that leak always comes and gets repaired. Never on the verge of bursting. So pressure bust pipes, right? And like I said, I'm hitting it from all angles, man. You know, missionary, doggy, cowboy. I'm hitting it from all angles, right? I'm gonna get my just right. I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna get, in the words of Mark Moore and Jerry Gaskins, I'm gonna get my due. You see, I don't care. All right, guy, I told you. You gotta. It's on if Frank Lucas doesn't care on how people look at him in his community, well, that's a whole different thing, man. Right? Because as a public servant, you got people glorifying the things they did to your cousin on social media. You know, it's you know, like I said, man, he just won an election. He just won an election. Man, you don't got to tell me A+ on the homework, man. I might look this way, man, but I'm not as stupid as people portray. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta act stupid, man. Right? Sometimes it's better to act stupid. Cause that's what they can expect, man. They'll expect the stupidness. They won't expect until the shit hits them in the face. Right? But that's how we all are in life, man. We don't learn till the shit happens, and you know, we're all in that mentality of, oh, it's not gonna happen, can't happen, it won't happen. I've never lived my life like that, man. To me, everything's possible. If I can think about it, it's possible. I've never been a negative thinker, man. Right? And like I said, man, I talked to a deacon, right? The deacon was saying that Mr. Lucas was the only candidate that was qualified to be the mayor for Jackson Cap, Alabama. Man, they speak highly of this man, right? The congregation, right? But how much would it be tarnished with Deputy Brad, them doing something behind the book, something that they're not doing? There's a reason Brad Lucas doesn't want to, right? Right. There's a, like I said, man. You never know, man. I might free 100 motherfuckers that got wrongfully convicted, right? All because a rogue deputy wanted his get back, right? Who knows, right? Who knows, man? But we're not gonna know till we cross that bridge, right? And me, I'm not scared of the unknown. Never have, never will, right? Because I always plot out and think about every fucking scenario, from the worst to the best, right? So I'm already going into it with my mind already made up as the worst thing happening, right? So when you go in there thinking that the worst thing is gonna happen, you can only hope that it don't happen, right? And then when it don't happen, it's like, man, you know, you work yourself all that way up, so it ain't that complicated, man, right? I just wanted to show to the people that were like, oh, we want to get to the bottom. So I left the scene. I went MIA. I thought these people were gonna, get to the truth. I thought the piece of shit from Detroit wanted to be the one. He wanted to be the barrier. He wanted to be the one exposing Mark Moore, right? I said, okay, he wants to be the one exposing Mark Moore. Okay, right? He wanted it. Okay. Did any kind of exposing of Mark Moore come out? No. They started making it a mockery, right? Mark Moore kidnapped the white family. Mark Moore kidnapped the white family. Do you know how glorifying you're playing into? So now you're making a mockery of Brad Lucas, right? Mark shot somebody. He went to prison for 20 years for shooting somebody, a rival gang member, right? And during his incarceration, he was victimizing majority of poor white guys, right? Were all of them victims? That's not for me to know, right? But based off of what I'm hearing, hey, every white guy that goes to Alabama, 9 out of 10 times, they're gonna if they're not really about that life, hey, they're gonna get victimized. So man, If people want to take me out and they want to be the Booty Bandit Avengers and they want to avenge Jerry Gaskins, they want to avenge Mark Moore. And the sad thing, y'all check this out, man. The sad thing about it is that I speak about Mark Moore, and Mark Moore don't say nothing about me. He's never in my comments, right? People are more worried about what I say about Mark Moore than what Mark Moore is. Isn't Mark Moore a shooter? A gang member? Me, like I said, man, I ain't never shot nobody, man. I ain't never stabbed nobody, right? Right. So that's where people have to look at themselves, man. When is it okay to start embracing, according to Jonathan Schwartz's words, serial rapist? Why? That's the question I'm gonna leave y'all with, man. Hopefully tomorrow somebody can give me an answer, and be why people want to align themselves, protect, dox me, for trying to save the face of a character like Mark Moore. You know, I would understand if there would have been remorsefulness, acknowledgement of what the wrongdoing was done, self-accountability before the next man holds you accountable. All right. Look at yourself in the mirror before somebody else doesn't say, hey. But it seems like all the people that are going against me have embraced and aligned themselves with the sexual deviancy of sexual rapists. I don't get that. You can call me a thief, a junkie, anything else that I've been criminally convicted of, that you can formulate your opinion off of that is based off of true statements and true actions. Anything in the book you can call me. But you can't call me a sexual deviant. You can't call me a sexual rapist. You can't call me a pimp of males or either females. Right? You can't call me a groomer. You can't call me a gaslighter. You can't call me all that. Right? And if you were to pick one or the other, right? A thief, a junkie, a deadbeat dad, a sexual deviant, I would choose to be neither. All right? But the thief, you don't know the circumstance of that thief. Maybe that thief was taking his prison chances to provide for his family. Right? You don't know the circumstances of that thief. Right? Maybe that thief needed to provide for his family. You don't know the circumstances of a thief other than he's just a thief. Right? A deadbeat dad that can't provide for his kid that he made, there ain't no excuse for that. Right? And for somebody to put you in prison and not be able to make a bond for something that you decided to lay in bed and make a bed, come on, man. Now you got Mark Moore, a sexual deviant, a male rapist. Right? How many victims? He scarred himself, the victims' family members. He scarred, man, he left a trail of victims since the age of 19, 18, at a very young age. Right? I don't have a trail of victims. My life hasn't caused, I was a street pharmacist, right? I didn't force anybody to do anything that they didn't want to, right? I did a supply and demand. I provided a commodity that somebody wanted. I didn't force it upon them, right? Am I, like I said, ain't no sin bigger or little than God's eye, right? But I can hold myself accountable, right? I can realize that what I was doing was wrong, and try to prevent people from doing that, showing them steps, guidance, be like, look, man, we all want that easy money, but there's ways to get legit money. And if you pick the right thing and you're good at it, man, you can provide for your family for the rest of your life, right? Not trying to dox other people that want to get to the bottom of the truth, right? But that shows you the characters of these guys. The only people that are invested in me silencing me are the people that I've been going against. So when people ask themselves, who doxed Noel? Where it's a very limited handful of characters that would do it, right? Who's invested? We already know the corporates, right? We already know who it is, right? So then you have to ask yourself, man, this dude's a scumbucket, man. He's been doxing this dude from way back, and now he's doxing him again. Like, come on, man. Right? I'm not gonna dox the dude, right? Because, like I said, he's belittled more of his audience. He's talked down more to people than what I have, right? He's said more hateful stuff as far as who cares of what the black man did to the white man in prison, right? A lot of people, especially every white man that's been in prison, should feel some type of way from that statement, right? When people make derogatory, racist statements like that, man, like, so I wouldn't dox him. I'm not gonna dox him. I don't play that shit, man, right? I'm not a coward. If I wanted to do something, believe me, I'll get in the car and I'll drive all the way up there, right? I'm not gonna announce it. So by the time I get up there, Flint PD is waiting for me, right? Or Jackson Cap, Alabama is waiting for me, right? Or I'm somewhere in Alabama, right? It makes no sense, man. All they doing is leaving trails, like, and then these are the same dudes that are calling themselves stomp down dudes by putting anonymous picture, anonymous account, and putting people's information up there, right? I'm like, if you're so, if they're so manly, I give them to you like that. If anybody is so manly and I disrespected you so bad that you want to deal with it, pick your poison. I'll meet you somewhere. Pick your poison, right? If you're so offended and you want to dox me because you want somebody to do something to me, reach out to me, right? Let's set up and say, hey, leave your phone here. That way, nothing gets tracked. Nobody knows where nobody's at. And we walk like two men down the field, and whatever happens, happens, right? Pick your poison, right? If you feel so, like I said, man, I'm willing to die for what I believe and I say, right? So if you feel that bold and you want to do something, don't do it online, man. Hit me up on my phone and say, hey, this is what I want you to bring. I want this tool, that tool, because I'm going in with the tool, right? I'm not going in there with my hands, right? If I'm going to play with my life, we're going to play for keeps, right? So whoever's trying to dox, hit me up on my phone. We can meet up I can meet up a good designated area to where, man, we can do it like the West Side Story. You come from one end of the field, and I come in from the other end of the field, and we meet in the middle of the motherfucking battlefield, right? But pick your poison first, right? Pick your poison, right? And then get ready for the consequences for the victor, right? Because the victor, either be me or you, we're gonna go to spend the rest of our lives in prison. right? And like I said, I'm already one step in, one step out. So it really doesn't matter, right? So that's my challenge to the cocksucker that wants to dox and asking crash dummies to crash out for them. Hit me up on my phone. Let's set it up. No phones so nobody can track us. And may the best man win, man. It's that simple. Right? It's that simple for the people that want to be doxing. Right? This is meant for the people that are doxing. This is not meant to the subscribers or the regular audience. No. This is for the Cinderella. The one that lost his slipper. I'm asking you to put it back on. I'll help you put it back on. Right? You took off running real quick. Right? This is not meant for, it's meant for the one that is. It's that old saying. If the shoe fits, wear it. Right? If you're not doxing, then I'm not referring to you. Right? I'm referring to the ones that are doxing, that if you highly feel some way towards me and you want to play with for keeps, there you go. That's the thing, man. Like, if that's coward, that's the definition of cowardly, man. Right? The people that are doxing under these troll accounts are like the version of a female dog, man. Right? Not even the version of a counterpart female. Right? They want to dox behind and like I said, man, call me, just like you got my address. You can find my phone. Hit me up if you want to meet up somewhere. Pick your poison, and then we go from there, man. If not, stop doxing and stop being a bitch. All right. If you don't want to play for keeps, and you feel that I offended you, and you want to, I guess either way you're gonna lose, right? Either way, you're gonna lose, right? So it doesn't matter, man. Right? It doesn't matter. If you wanna risk your freedom, cause I'll do it like how do you call, what's that movie? I'll do like Gran Torino, right? I'll do that motherfucking Gran Torino move on you. I'll pull up there, like I already said, man, I'm already a sacrificial lamb, right? I'll pull up there, I'll pull in there with my hand in my waist, and when I pull out, it'll be my lighter, and then, hey, bye-bye, right? Man, so, it'll be a blessing in disguise, man. All right. I think y'all are burnt out, man, because y'all are over here listening out to a so-called burnt out person, right? But y'all hate when somebody speaks the truth facts, right? Y'all gotta come and try to insult with like little third grader comebacks. It's like, Y'all never seen anything, man. Right? Y'all never been around anything. Y'all just uh, stuck in a world uh, of thinking that y'all are somebody. And in reality, y'all are nobody, man. Right? Because uh, most of the time, uh, the cowards don't show their face, man. Right? And it's like it's like you're fighting the man in the air, so you'll be looking like Boys in the Hood. When he gets over, you start punching the air. Ah! That's how it is with the trolls. So it's like you can't you can't. All you do is block them fuckers, right? Block them, right? I don't block. I block people that are disrespectful, false statements, doxing. I don't approve of doxing, right? But people are so mad, man, that I'm doing things and uh, what did it say? Oh man, you gotta hit that nail, even if it's a rusty nail. You gotta hit that nail, even if it's gonna go in one day. That rusty nail, you hit that rusty nail over and over, it's gonna go in one day. All right. Well, I'm blocking. I'm blocking. If you say any kind of false statements, defamation on anybody's character, right? Not just my own, right? Anybody's character, right? Doxing, cyberbullying, everything that violates YouTube community guidelines, I will block you for. Right? False statements, formulated opinions, and truths, and opinions based off true statements and true actions, you will not get blocked. Right? It's that simple. Right? You come over here being disrespectful, doxing. I don't know what doxing's gonna do, man. It's like, fuck. People been knowing where I lived at for like 2 years, year and a half, and it's like, come on, man. And like I said, we're gonna hear something, right? I don't care if I get a fucking cease and desist from Mayor Frank Lucas, all right? I don't give a fuck, all right? I know what I'm doing, and I know what I can't and can't do, man. All right? So we're gonna skin Mark Moore. All right? Metaphorically, not actually physically. You know, I don't want him to go say, "Oh man, this guy's gonna skin me." No, man. All right? It's that old saying. There's many ways of skinning a cat, right? It's basically there's many forms of getting to the bottom of the truth, right? Different angles. Hey, you don't know what hits or don't hit until you try, right? Hey, I'm overweight, man. I weigh 175, man. Compared to my status of, I think I'm 5'5". I'm not a big dude, man. Right? My doctor says I'm obese. Right? I don't see it. I don't got no fucking gut. I mean, hey, I you know what? Superior. I guess in your own fantasy world, if you feel like you're superior to the next man, then that's your make-believe world, man. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you and make you feel less of a man that you already are by saying those comments, right? Because me, I've never felt lesser of a man or more of a man next to any other man. All right, I've never worried about what the next man got or what the next man's doing. Never. I'm not gonna start in my late 40s to start being Uh, well, in that case, man, all the pharmaceuticals, all the doctors, uh, all the medications that are used. You, Mr. Hunter Biden, you're just a hateful little man, man. I bet you look at your little pecker, and then you look at us Mexicans. I know you definitely hate the black man when you size him up that way, right? I'm the next one you hate, man, right? Right. That at the end of the day, that's what differentiates us, man. Our physical and natural physique, right? That's why a guy like Hunter feels superior. Ask your wife. Ask what's her name? Let me see. Ask Brownie. Let Brownie spend the night with a Mexican. I already told you, man. Once they go brown, they come back around, right? Once they go brown, they come back around, right? That's why you hate us, Hunter, because of our physique, right? We be out there working 12, 14 hours in them construction sites. We pick up your woman, right? I can understand why you hate the minorities, Hunter. I get it, man. Right? I get it. What they say, once they go black, they won't go back. But once they try brown, they come back around. Right? Because we can give Brownie what you can't give her, Hunter. I gotta go, man. I gotta go tend to some business, and nah, man. And in reality, that's what it comes down to, man. The testosterone, man. They get up and they can't even find your shit, and it's like you be scared, man. When I wake up, man, that motherfucker poke your eye out, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn, I must have fucking grew a third leg overnight. God dang. You know what I mean? I get up and I stretch, and I was like, oh man, it's just old Poncho back. All right, he's back to sleep. All right. But if they don't go to the black man, they go to the brown man. And you call yourself superior. How can you be superior if you can't even dominate your woman? All right. How can you call yourself a superior race while your women are going black and never coming back? They're going brown and they're sneaking behind around you, right? You got these white girls fixing up the immigrants' papers. Does that bother you? And you call yourself superior. Do you know how many Caucasian women are up at the immigration service fixing illegal immigrants' documents? Because they got the taste of the brown and they want to keep the brown around. Not like you, Hunter. Not like you, Hunter. Right? And you proclaim superiorness, right? But you can't superior your own woman. That they're going to the blacks, they're going to the browns, and I think they're even going to the fucking Asians now. And you call superior. I see that as a declining civilization. But hey, I'm the uneducated one here. Y'all have a good one.